Hi, I'm Carly Hollman-Long here at the NBM show in Long Beach, and I'm sitting down with Paul Gallagher from Hirsch to do some embroidery questions today. How are you, Paul?
Doing well, very well, thank you.
Good. What are some questions a first-time buyer of an embroidery machine should ask?
Well, I think number one is just making sure that whoever they're talking to about buying embroidery, when they're getting into the embroidery business, obviously the machine is usually a focus, so you want to make sure it's the right quality of machine, that you have the ability to get the output that you want off of that machine. But more, just as important to that is really having the expertise. You partner with somebody that can give you the advice, the expertise, that's been in the business a long time, that can provide you the support, that if you have issues, problems, need some guidance, somebody that really holds your hand through those, especially the initial period of starting up your business or adding embroidery to an existing business.
How can an embroidery business set themselves apart from one-stop shop decorators that maybe have more to offer than just the embroidery?
Okay. Well, I think that's a great question. But I think that for embroiderers, it's important, as I said, to differentiate.
Right.
And differentiation to me means you do something other people can't do, or you do something better than other people do. And so, one, it's important to have the highest quality. Mm-hmm. Two, it's also important to diversify, even amongst, if you're just doing embroidery. If I were going into business today, I would probably buy an embroidery machine with a laser attachment. It allows you to do applique, it allows you to get more product out in the same amount of time. It gives you more variability in designs. You can be unique, look different than other people. And if you have a good customer you're doing work for and they're out shopping that business, they're not going to be able to replace that and do the exact thing you do. Right. So you're doing something different. So having a lot of features to the machine, having, more importantly too, is maybe having the people that back that up to say, to give you the guidance, the training, and basically to do good embroidery means that you have, one, a good machine, as I said, but you also have to be able to have the knowledge of things like hooping, understanding the right backings to use. Having somebody that has experience to guide you through that process is pretty important if you're new to embroidery. And it's a pretty straightforward process. There's a bit of art to it, certainly some science to it, but I think that the most important thing is making sure that you're making your selections of who you're going to go to for expert advice, who you're going to have support you, and help you grow your business.
Great, I think that's good advice.
Okay, thank you.
You kind of talked about that one. What are some new special effect techniques an embroidery shop can easily adapt to and add on to current offerings?
Well, part of it depends on what you're embroidering on, but once you know what products you're embroidering on, I think you have the flexibility to do, whether you're doing hats, whether you're doing garments, you might be doing bags, but to do different kind, as I mentioned earlier, that diversification is amongst, even in the sewing that you're doing, having the ability to do a very fine thread, having the ability to do a really crisp design on a hat, having the ability to do, let's say in the example I gave of having a laser attachment, to be able to do the applique or unique designs on a hat. That's very different, and very few people of the probably 25,000 embroiderers in this country. There are probably 100 that have the ability to do those kinds of unique designs in a productive way. And I think that's very important, and it just gives you the edge. So if you're going into business where there's already a wide marketplace of people doing those kinds of products, being able to say, I'm different than everybody else is maybe the most important thing you can do. Good.
Well, thank you for your time, Paul, and thank you for watching the video. Again, this is Carly Hollman-Long reporting from the NBM show in Long Beach.
Thanks.
For more on-point conversations, go to printwearmag.com.